The story of Indian money does not begin with round, shiny discs. It starts with something much simpler. Long ago, before kings and empires, people traded goods directly. A farmer might trade a bag of rice for a pot. This was called barter. But this system was not always easy. What if the potter did not need rice? A new solution was needed. This need gave birth to the very first form of currency. These were not coins as we know them today. They were simply pieces of metal, valued for their weight. This was a crucial step in the long and fascinating journey of Indian coinage, a story etched in silver and gold. Around the 6th century BCE, a remarkable innovation appeared in the Gangetic plains of northern India. These were the first true coins of the subcontinent. They are known today as punch-marked coins. They were not perfectly round. They were often irregular pieces of silver. Their shape was not as important as their weight. Each coin was cut from a sheet of silver and then weighed carefully to ensure it met a specific standard. This standard weight was what gave the coin its value. It was a revolutionary idea. For the first time, value was not just in the metal itself, but in the promise that each piece was worth a set amount. The name punchmarked comes from how these coins were made. Small symbols were stamped onto the silver pieces using punches and a hammer. These symbols were not random. They were the marks of different kingdoms and merchants. One can find symbols of the sun, hills, trees, and various animals. Each mark was a guarantee. It told the user who had issued the coin and that its weight and purity were correct. It was a system of trust, stamped in silver. These small, uneven coins traveled far and wide, helping trade to flourish across ancient India. They were the silent witnesses to the birth of great cities and powerful kingdoms. These early coins tell us a great deal about the world they came from. The variety of symbols shows that many different authorities, called Janapadas, were making them. Imagine a marketplace filled with merchants. Each would have their own coins, marked with their own symbols. It was a complex and vibrant economic system. The coins were mostly made of silver. They were used for all sorts of transactions, from buying food to paying soldiers. These small pieces of metal were the lifeblood of the ancient Indian economy. They connected people and places in a way that had never been possible before, laying the foundation for the great empires that would follow. As small kingdoms gave way to a mighty empire, the world of coins also changed. The Mauryan Empire, which rose around the 4th century BCE, was one of the largest empires of its time. To rule such a vast land, its emperors needed a single, reliable currency. They took the idea of punch-marked coins and created a unified system for all their subjects. The Mauryan coins were still made of silver and marked with punches, but now they were more consistent. The empire controlled their production, ensuring that a coin from one part of the empire was trusted in another. This standardization was a powerful tool for unity and control. The symbols on Mauryan coins became more organized. While earlier coins had a mix of marks from different merchants, Mauryan coins featured a standard set of 5 symbols. One of these was almost always the sun, a symbol of the emperor's power. Another common symbol was a 6-armed figure. These symbols were a clear message. They declared that the coin was issued under the authority of the great Mauryan Emperor. This was no longer just a merchant's guarantee. It was the mark of an empire. It was a way for the ruler's presence to be felt in every market and every village across the vast subcontinent. The coins came in different sizes and weights, representing different values. The most common was the panna, a silver coin weighing about 3.4 grams. There were also half pannas, quarter pannas, and even smaller denominations. This allowed people to make purchases of all sizes, from a large sack of grain to a simple handful of vegetables. The coins were used to pay taxes, fund the army, and build magnificent structures. They were the engine that powered the Mauryan administration. Archaeologists have found huge hoards of these coins, buried for safekeeping centuries ago, giving us a glimpse into the economic life of the time. The influence of the Mauryan coinage system was immense. After the fall of the empire, the basic idea of punch-marked coins continued for some time. But the Mauryans had set a new precedent. They showed that coins could be more than just tools for trade. They could be instruments of state power and symbols of imperial identity. The coins carried the emperor's authority to the farthest corners of his realm. This concept of a ruler putting their mark on the currency would become a central theme in the history of Indian coins for thousands of years to come. It was a legacy stamped in silver. Centuries after the Mauryans, a new dynasty rose to power in northern India. This was the Gupta Empire, which began around the 4th century CE. This period is often called the Golden Age of India, and its coins are a perfect reflection of this title. The Gupta rulers introduced a stunning new type of currency, beautifully crafted gold coins. These coins, known as dinars, were not just for trade. They were works of art. They showcased the wealth, power, and refined culture of the Gupta court. The shift from the simple punch-marked silver to these magnificent gold coins marks a dramatic change in Indian history. The designs on Gupta coins were incredibly detailed and artistic. They moved away from simple symbols. Instead, they featured elaborate portraits of the kings. One famous coin shows the Emperor Samudragupta playing a lyre, a stringed musical instrument. Another depicts Kumaragupta I riding a majestic elephant. These images were not just decorative, they were powerful propaganda. They portrayed the king as a conqueror, a patron of the arts, a skilled hunter, or a divine figure. The reverse side of the coin often showed a goddess, like Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth, seated on a lotus. This suggested that the king's rule brought prosperity to the land. The craftsmanship of these coins was exceptional. The artists who engraved the dies, the stamps used to make the coins, were masters of their craft. The inscriptions on the coins were written in elegant Sanskrit script, another hallmark of the era. These inscriptions often gave the king's name and titles, praising his victories and virtues. The purity of the gold was also very high. The Gupta dinars were treasured not just within the empire, but also in foreign lands. They were a symbol of India's immense wealth and its sophisticated artistic traditions, admired by traders and travelers alike. While the gold coins were the most spectacular, the Guptas also issued silver and copper coins for everyday transactions. The silver coins were introduced later in the empire, modeled after the coins of the Western satraps, a kingdom the Guptas conquered. These smaller coins were essential for the daily life of ordinary people, used to buy food and other necessities in the bustling markets. The complete system, from the glorious gold dinar to the humble copper coin, shows a well-organized and prosperous economy. The coins of the Golden Age are a testament to a time of extraordinary cultural and artistic achievement. The arrival of the Mughals in the 16th century brought another great transformation to Indian coinage. The Mughal Empire, founded by Babur, would become one of the most powerful and wealthy empires in the world. Its rulers understood the importance of currency. They established a highly organized and unified monetary system across their vast territories. The coins of the Mughals are famous for their beauty and precision. They represent a wonderful fusion of Indian and Persian artistic traditions. The Mughals standardized the weight and purity of their gold, silver, and copper coins, which helped to boost trade and commerce throughout their empire. The most prominent feature of Mughal coins is the use of calligraphy. As Islam prohibits the depiction of living beings in many contexts, the coins did not feature portraits of the emperors. Instead, they were covered in elegant Persian script. The inscriptions included the emperor's name, his titles, the year the coin was made, and the name of the mint city where it was produced. The calligraphy itself was a high art form. The flowing script was beautifully arranged to fit perfectly within the circular shape of the coin. Each coin was a miniature masterpiece of design, reflecting the empire's love for poetry, art, and order. The silver rupee, or rupiah, was the backbone of the Mughal economy. It was a coin of high-purity silver, with with a standard weight of about 11.5 grams. This silver rupee became so famous and trusted that its influence lasted for centuries. Even the modern currencies of India, Pakistan, and other countries are named rupee, a direct legacy of the Mughals. The gold coins were called mohurs. They were beautiful, high-value coins used for large transactions and as imperial gifts. Emperor Jahangir, who had a great passion for art and nature, even issued a series of stunning coins featuring the signs of the zodiac, a rare exception to the rule against images. The Mughals established a network of mints in major cities across their empire, from Kabul in the west to Bengal in the east. This allowed them to produce a large and consistent supply of currency. A coin minted in Lahore would be identical in weight and value to one minted in Delhi. This reliability made Mughal currency highly sought after, even beyond the empire's borders. The coins tell the story of the empire's rise and fall. Early coins show the growing power of emperors like Akbar. Later coins, from the time of the empire's decline, show a loss of quality and control. These metal discs are a tangible record of one of India's most glorious and powerful eras. As the Mughal Empire weakened in the 18th century, a new power began to assert its influence in India, the British East India Company. At first, the company issued coins that imitated the Mughal style. They understood that people trusted the familiar Mughal designs. These early coins often carried the name of the Mughal emperor, even though he had little real power left. It was a clever strategy. The company used the old, respected symbols to make their new currency acceptable to the population. This was a period of transition, where the coins looked Indian, but were backed by British commercial and military might. By 1835, the British felt secure enough to make a major change. They introduced a new series of coins that completely replaced the Mughal designs. The new coins no longer featured Persian script or the name of a Mughal ruler. Instead, they prominently displayed the portrait of the British monarch. The first of these featured King William IV. This was a clear and powerful statement. It announced that a new empire was in charge. The reverse side of the coins had the value written in English and Persian. The designs were uniform across all of British India, replacing the diverse coinage of the past. The materials and denominations were also standardized. The main coins were the silver rupee, the gold mohur, and various smaller copper coins like the anna and the pi. 1 rupee was equal to 16 annas, and 1 anna was equal to 12 pies. This system would remain in place for over a century. The coins were machine-made in modern mints in Calcutta, Bombay, and Madras. This resulted in perfectly round, identical coins, a level of precision that was impossible with older, hand-struck methods. The image of Queen Victoria, who became Empress of India in 1877, would become the most common face on Indian coins for decades. These coins were a part of daily life for millions of people under British rule. They were used to pay for railway tickets, buy goods from the market, and pay colonial taxes. The coins were symbols of a vast global empire. They connected the Indian economy to the wider British Empire, from London to Hong Kong. For the people of India, the face of a distant British king or queen on their money was a constant reminder of foreign rule. These coins tell a story not just of trade and commerce, but also of colonialism and the long journey towards independence. On August 15, 1947, India finally achieved its independence. This momentous event brought about a complete change in the nation's identity, and its coins were a vital part of this transformation. The image of the British monarch, a symbol of colonial rule, had to be replaced. A new symbol was needed, one that represented the spirit of a free and sovereign India. The country's leaders chose a powerful and historic emblem, the Ashoka lion capital. This sculpture, originally from a pillar erected by the Mauryan Emperor Ashoka in the 3rd century BCE, features 4 majestic lions standing back to back. It was a perfect choice. The first coins of independent India were issued in 1950, the year India became a republic. The coins still used the old British system of annas and rupees. A 1 rupee coin was made of nickel. On one side, it proudly displayed the Ashoka lion capital, which was adopted as the national emblem. Below the lions were the words Government of India. The other side showed a large ear of grain, symbolizing the country's agricultural wealth and prosperity. The value was written in 3 languages: Hindi, English, and Urdu. This design was simple, elegant, and full of meaning. It was a declaration of a new beginning. The early coins of independent India were very similar in size and metal to the last British coins. This was done to ensure a smooth transition and to make sure the public would accept the new money without confusion. The old coins and the new coins were used alongside each other for several years. The series included the 1 rupee, half rupee, quarter rupee, 2 annas, 1 anna, and the small donut-shaped half anna and 1 pice coin. Each coin, no matter how small, carried the new national emblem. It was a way of spreading the message of independence to every citizen in every corner of the vast nation. These first coins represent a pivotal moment in Indian history. They mark the end of centuries of foreign domination and the birth of a modern democracy. The lions of Ashoka, roaring to the 4 corners of the compass, symbolized India's ancient heritage and its new place in the world. The ears of grain represented the hopes and aspirations of a nation for a future free from poverty and hunger. These coins were not just pieces of metal for buying and selling, they were tokens of freedom, carried in the pockets and hands of the people of a newly born nation. A few years after independence, India decided to modernize its currency system. The old complex system of rupees, annas and pies was a legacy of the British era. It was complicated. 1 rupee was 16 annas and 1 anna was 12 pies. Calculations were often difficult. In 1957, India made a bold move. It switched to the decimal system. This was a much simpler system, where the rupee was divided into 100 equal parts. The new unit was called the Naya Paisa, which means new pice. This change streamlined the entire economy and made financial transactions easier for everyone. The first decimal coins were introduced on April 1st, 1957. The series included coins of 1, 2, 5, 10, 25, and 50 Naya Paise. For a short time, both the old Anna coins and the new Naya Paise coins were used together to help people adjust. The term Naya was used to distinguish them from the old pice coins. By 1964, the system was well established, and the word Naya was dropped. The coins were now simply called pice. The designs of these coins were also new. They came in different shapes and sizes to help people, especially those who could not read, to tell them apart. For example, the 5 Naya Paise coin was square with rounded corners. Over the following decades, the designs and materials of Indian coins continued to evolve. Inflation meant that the smaller denomination coins, like the 1, 2, and 3 pies, were no longer practical to produce. They were gradually withdrawn from circulation. New, higher value coins, like the 2 rupee and 5 rupee coins, were introduced to replace paper notes of the same value. The metals also changed. Early coins were made of bronze, nickel, and cupro-nickel. Later, as metal prices rose, coins were made from more affordable materials like aluminum and stainless steel. The 5 rupee coin, for instance, started as cupro-nickel and later became a thick brass coin. Today, Indian coins reflect the themes and celebrations of a modern nation. The government issues special commemorative coins to mark important events, honor famous personalities, or raise awareness about social issues. There have been coins celebrating the Olympic Games, Mahatma Gandhi's anniversary, and the importance of farming. These coins are not just for spending, they are also for collecting. They tell the ongoing story of India. From the simple functional coins of the 1950s to the diverse and thematic coins of today, modern Indian currency is a dynamic reflection of the country's journey through the last 70 years. The long and rich history of Indian coinage has created a paradise for collectors. Every coin, from an ancient punchmarked sliver to a modern commemorative rupee, tells a story. For collectors known as numismatists, these coins are more than just money. They are historical artifacts that one can hold in one's hand. Collecting Indian coins is a popular hobby not only in India but all around the world, especially in countries like the United States and the United Kingdom. Collectors are drawn to the incredible variety, the artistic beauty, and the deep historical significance of these metal discs. Each coin is a window into a bygone era. Some coins are rare because very few were made in the first place. For example, some Mughal emperors ruled for only a very short time. The coins they issued are extremely scarce and highly sought after. A coin of the Emperor Jahangir featuring the zodiac sign of Leo or Cancer is a great treasure. Similarly, some coins from the smaller princely states that existed during British rule are very rare. These states often had their own unique and beautiful coinage, but they were produced in small quantities. Finding one of these coins is a thrilling discovery for any collector, a piece of a puzzle from a fragmented past. Other coins become valuable because of mistakes. These are called error coins. Sometimes during the minting process, something goes wrong. A coin might be struck on the wrong metal, or it might be struck twice, creating a double image. These mistakes were usually caught and destroyed at the mint, but a few sometimes escape into circulation. For collectors, these errors are not flaws, they are prized rarities. A coin with a significant and visible error can be worth many times its face value. These accidental creations offer a fascinating glimpse into the industrial process of making money and its occasional imperfections. Discoveries of old coins, called hoards, also create great excitement. Sometimes a pot of ancient coins, buried for centuries, is unearthed by a farmer or a construction worker. These hoards can bring thousands of previously unknown coins into the market, providing new information for historians and new opportunities for collectors. The value of a rare coin depends on its rarity, its condition, its historical importance, and the demand for it among collectors. A coin that is in pristine, uncirculated condition will be worth much more than one that is worn from use. For many, the thrill is in the hunt, the search for that one special coin that completes a collection. In the world of rare coins, some pieces are so special that they achieve legendary status. They become famous not just among collectors, but to the wider public. One such coin in the history of Indian numismatics is a modern rupee that is anything but ordinary. It is a coin that, under the right circumstances, could be valued at an astonishing amount, perhaps even reaching the $1 million mark in the competitive world of international auctions. This is not an ancient gold coin of a great emperor, but a simple 1 rupee coin minted in 1985, during the era of modern decimal currency. Its value comes from a tiny, almost hidden detail. The coin in question is the 1985 1 rupee coin, minted at the Calcutta Mint. At first glance, it looks like any other 1 rupee coin from that time. It is made of cupro-nickel and features the Ashoka lion capital on one side and the denomination on the other. Millions of these coins were produced and went into circulation. However, a very small number of them were struck using a different die, the stamp used to create the coin's design. This special die was intended for a commemorative coin, not a regular circulation coin. This resulted in a rare hybrid, a coin that should not exist. The specific variety that is so valuable is known as the H-mark rupee. The H-mark is a tiny letter H found on the reverse side of the coin, below the date. This mark signifies that the coin was struck at the Heaton Mint in Birmingham, England, which was helping India produce coins at the time. While some commemorative coins from 1985 have this H mark, it was not supposed to appear on the standard 1 rupee circulation coin. Its presence is an error, a mule coin created by pairing the wrong dies. It is this extreme rarity that makes the 1985 H-mark 1 rupee a holy grail for collectors of modern Indian coins. The story of this coin highlights why coin collecting is so fascinating. It shows that value is not always about gold or age. It can be about rarity, history, and the story behind the object. While the $1 million price tag is a theoretical peak for a perfect specimen sold at a major auction, these coins are undeniably valuable. They command very high prices among serious collectors in India, America, and Europe. This humble ₹1 coin, born from a small minting error, has become a modern legend. It proves that treasure can be found in the most unexpected places, even in the everyday change from our pockets, connecting us to a fascinating story of history and chance.